So, Chinese fund backed by Hunter Biden invested in major Chinese surveillance firm. The flurry of media reports about private investment in China's increasingly sprawling surveillance state left out a prominent investor, Hunter Biden. This is written by Li Fang, May 3rd, 2019 at 3:53 p.m. I will leave the link in the uh, comments. Okay, so I just wanted to read this because I don't know about you all, but there's a lot of news articles out there that I don't have the time to read it, and the best way is for me to read some of this stuff to you. Okay, so that way you can just play it in the background and go about whatever it is that you're searching online. All right, anyway. So this is Hunter Biden speaks at an event in Washington, D.C. on April 12th, 2016. The photo is provided or credited to Teresa Kroger from Getty Images for World Food Program USA. On Wednesday, Human Rights Watch released a troubling report, which it has since walked back, about a phone application made by the Chinese government. The app provides law enforcement with easy, daily access to data detailing the religious activity, blood type, and even the amount of electricity used by ethnic minority Muslims living in the western province of Xinjiang. Okay, the app relies heavily on facial recognition software supplied by Face++, a division of the Chinese startup Megvii, Megvii, a relationship that sparked questions in the press for Megvii user investors. One of the most prominent of these investors is Alibaba Group Holding, which was co-founded by Jack Ma, the wealthiest Chinese billionaire and an icon for the country's image of entrepreneurship. The flurry of media reports this week about Face++, Ma, and the role of the private sector in building China's increasingly sprawling surveillance state, however, left out another prominent investor in the company, Hunter Biden. Megvii has distanced itself from the Chinese government's mass surveillance of Muslims. The company has since said that about 1% of its revenues were generated from Xinjiang related business in 2018. After publication of its report, Human Rights Watch said that Face++ code in the police phone application was inoperable, and Megvii said that it did not cooperate with the development of the app. The company has not clarified how its technology showed up in the data collection app. BuzzFeed News has reported the company also supplies technology for a China-wide surveillance program called the Skynet Project, which uses more than 20 million closed-circuit TV cameras to monitor citizens around the country policing for criminals. The son of the former Vice President, Joe Biden, has spent much of the last decade building overseas investments and business deals, arrangements that could complicate his father's bid for presidency by posing an array of potential conflicts of interest. Hunter Biden's investment company in China, known as Bohai Harvest RST, has pooled money largely from state-owned venture capital to buy or invest a range of industries in the United States and China. Bohai Harvest has put money into an automotive firm, mining companies, and technology ventures, such as Didi Chuxing, I don't know, technology, one of the largest ride-hailing companies in the world after Uber. Hunter Biden, Bohai Harvest, and Joe Biden's presidential campaign did not respond to a request for comment. In 2017, Bohai Harvest bought into Face++, part of a $460 million haul in the company's Series C investment round. Bohai Harvest's website features Face++ in its portfolio of investments. Bohai Harvest operates and works with a number of funds to make its various investments a tangled business structure that has brought Hunter Biden into close proximity to influential Chinese government and business figures, according to a review of Chinese business filings by The Intercept. Bohai Harvest relies heavily on an international subsidiary of the state-owned Bank of China to finance its investments, referring to itself as an investment platform under BOC on its website. The investment fund has also partnered with a subsidiary of HNA Group, a controversial conglomerate that has snapped up investments in a wide range of businesses across the world. As The Intercept has previously reported, the HNA Group has made unusually extensive efforts to cultivate U.S. officials. The company floated an offer to buy out the hedge fund owned by former White House official Anthony Scaramucci, retained the legal services of Gary Locke, the former U.S. ambassador to China, shortly before his confirmation, and provided financing to a private equity firm backed by Jeb Bush. Jeb Bush. Jeb Bush owns a company, or at one time at least did, that makes semiconductors, which that's the back and forth with China, because that's why the China trade. Sorry. All right. So during the, everybody keeps talking about the sanctions, but what a lot of people, or at least myself, don't understand is like why that's a big deal. Well, it has to do with the semiconductor production in China being super, super cheap to enable us to make new phones all the time, but yet they keep charging ridiculous amounts of money. And the people who are earning that money are people like the Bushes, the Clintons, Obamas, even, I'm sorry, Bidens. I think that's why the Bidens, why people are on Biden's side, is because they all have their hands in something sketch, and they keep trying to catch Trump, but I mean, he's just a typical guy, American guy anyway. Anyway, all right. Now, where was I? Scaramucci retained the legal services of Gary Locke, the former U.S. ambassador to China, shortly before his confirmation, and provided financing to a private equity firm backed by Jeb Bush. HNA Group notably also courted Bill Clinton, touting meetings with the former president at a philanthropy event hosted by the company. The Bank of China, one of the largest banks in the country, has also made overtures to U.S. political elites. Shortly after the 2016 presidential election, the company added Angela Chao, the sister of Transportation Secretary Elaine Chao, and sister-in-law of Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, Republican for Kentucky, to its board of directors. Ooh, Mitch McConnell. So that's where he's connected and all this nonsense. All right. Along with a number of politically connected Americans, Hunter Biden's investment vehicle in China came as a result of a series of deals struck over the last 10 years. In 2008, in the closing days of that year's presidential campaign, Hunter Biden disregistered as a lobbyist from Oakland, Oldaker, 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 I don't know. Biden and Blair, and a Washington, D.C. firm he co-founded alongside William Oldaker, a longtime fundraiser and legal advisor to Joe Biden. The following year, Hunter Biden, along with former Secretary of State John Kerry's stepson, Christopher Heinz, Kerry Heinz family friend Devon Archer, and the former Oldaker partner Eric Schwerin founded several companies using the name Rosemont Seneca. In 2014, the partners began setting up operations in China. The RS in Bohai Harvest, RST, stands for Rosemont Seneca, and the T stands for Thornton Group. The latter group is an international consulting firm based in Massachusetts that was founded by James Bolger, the son of the longtime Kerry ally and former Massachusetts State Senate President William Bolger. Just have to, they must be related to Whitey Bulger. That should ding some bells. What? I would love for that to be confirmed. Okay, anyway. The company, according to the Wall Street Journal, planned to raise $1.5 billion, taking advantage of Shanghai's free enterprise zone to convert yuan to dollars to be invested in foreign companies. Business registration filings in China list Hunter Biden, Schwerin, and James Bulger as key officials at Bohai Harvest. Last year, author Peter Schweitzer criticized the timing of Bow Harvest's launch, claiming that the exclusive deal coincided with negotiations between then Vice President Joe Biden and the Chinese government. On Wednesday, the New York Times raised similar concerns with the involvement of Hunter Biden in Ukrainian energy company Burisma Holdings, which added the vice president's son to the company board in 2014. Rosemont Seneca, Bohai financial filings made public through a separate fraud investigation into Archer revealed that the energy company paid Hunter Biden as much as $50,000 per month at a time when the U.S. was closely involved in Ukraine's response to Russian aggression in the region. For his part, Joe Biden has long served as a friendly voice for U.S.-China relations, even before his son's investment ventures. The elder Biden helped lead Democratic support to passing permanent national trade relations with China. In 2000, remarks in support of the vote, Biden argued that he did not see the collapse of the American manufacturing economy as a danger from opening up further trade with China, claiming that an economy quote unquote about the size of the Netherlands could not become our major economic competitor, opening China to further trade. Biden predicted would create a path towards ever greater political and economic freedom for the country's citizens. So, update July 1st, 2020. The story has been updated to note that Human Rights Watch has subsequently issued a correction related to its report on Meg V. The headline has been updated accordingly. Okay. So, this is from Intercept. Okay, so that's from the Intercept. I'm gonna move my thing so that you can see. So theintercept.com. I'll even scooch this down a little bit more. Boop. Okay, but I will leave. I'm gonna copy the exact link. Copy. I want you to go read it for yourself because there's so many connections. So don't love me, don't hate me, just listen to what I have to say, please. I hope you'll listen. I just want to read different sides of every story, which is fine. Um, but this information needs to get out there. And what's messed up is I feel like right now a lot of people are being led astray because maybe they don't have the interest in looking up all these politics and figuring out for themselves what's really going on behind the scenes, or um, I mean, we as a country have definitely failed in the education system. So we don't even get me started there. But that's on a financial background, how you were raised, because you get better schools and better areas of living. It's just that's how it works. Um, so anyway, I'm gonna sign out and then smush this together, maybe with some background music, and poof, you'll be there. All right. Let's see. Hold on, I gotta figure out how to. I'm so slow. All right.